Hello there, my beautiful viewers. Welcome to another episode of this podcast, The Complete Football Pod. With me, your host, Mike. I hope you're doing well. I really hope you are. If you're new to this channel, please do like, share, and subscribe. It will really go a long way. It will help this channel going forward. And for those who already subscribed to this channel, thank you so much. I really appreciate your support. And for those who will be subscribing right now, please hit the subscribe button. Support this channel. It will really mean a lot to me. I would appreciate if you can subscribe to this channel. Without taking much of a time, I will be talking about the semi-finals of the Euros, the preview. What should we be expecting, and the fixtures. But before going forward, how did we get to this point? Now, the quarterfinal was disappointing to some teams, and also was a near miss to some teams. So let's quickly analyze the quarterfinals. Now, the game between Spain and Germany. If you follow this podcast very well, my last episode I gave my prediction about my opinion about what the outcome might look like. I leaned towards Spain. I said Spain was going to qualify because, in my opinion, Spain has been the best team in this tournament so far. I think they've scored the highest number of goals. They are very entertaining to watch, and their style of play, the way they play, they've been very dominant in all the games they've played so far. So I said Spain was going to win, but the game ended 2-1. Spain won, but it dragged into the extra time, which I didn't see that happening. I already felt Spain was going to win in 90 minutes. But kudos to Germany. That I also said something about Germany, because Germany so far, Germany is in a better place than they were two UEFA competitions ago. The last two UEFA competitions that Germany played, they were really horrible to watch. But with the new appointment of Julian Nagelsmann, he has really done a lot with his team. And I heard he has the German Federation of Football. They have they extended his contract to 2026, so he would be bringing the German team to the World Cup 2026 if nothing changes before then. So Spain won. The game was kind of very interesting. Spain had most of the possession, and in my opinion, there were some things inside that game that I felt should have. I would have seen it differently, in the sense that Toni Kroos should have been sent out in that game, because the two early tackle on Pedri was horrible. It was a foul. Those two tackles deserved a yellow card. So the first time he should have gotten a yellow card, and the second time it should have been a matching order, sending him out. But Pedri left. Pedri was substituted, and Dani Olmo came in, which was a nightmare for Germany. So if Germany had known, they would have left Pedri, because Pedri, in my opinion, Pedri is not a player that scores goals. He's very creative. He's like Xavi. It's like Xavi Hernandez. Why Dani Olmo is like a number 10. He has highs for goals. So Pedri went out. Dani Olmo scored the first goal, and Florian Wirtz scored equalized back for Germany, even when everybody thought it was going to be 1-0. Then he went into the extra time, and Mikel Merino of Real Sociedad came and gave a stunning header, and that was how Spain won. And there's something I want to point out. Dani Carvajal did something very important that day. He took one for the team. He intentionally got a red card because he knew how fast Jamal Musiala was. If Jamal Musiala had been able to go past Dani Carvajal, it could have been a 2-2. But he did not mind. That's what we call experience. He made sure he held Jamal Musiala in his club, and Jamal Musiala could not. All he won was a free kick, and it was okay getting the red card. You can see his body language when the referee gave him the red card. He nodded. He said, I know what I did. I know I deserve it. And that was very significant in that game. So Players like Danny Carvajal, that's what they bring into the team. They bring experience. So now we talk about France, Portugal. Now, France, with me, with my opinion, let me know your opinion in the comment section. France has not really scored any goal this tournament from open play. They only scored a penalty and 2 own goals so far. But guess what? France has always found that they always found a way to qualify. Maybe due to maybe by penalty shootout, or but France has been horrible. This is not the France we used to know. Personally, this is not the France I used to know, because this France team, they're not scoring goals. There's something I'm worried about. Didier Deschamps, the French coach, I don't know why he's not using Olivier Giroud. If Olivier Giroud is not injured, which to my best knowledge, I don't think Giroud is injured, Olivier Giroud gives you that cutting edge in the penalty box. This is a guy that's been known to score goals. I don't know why he's not using Olivier Giroud so far. With all due respect to Marcus Thuram, Marcus Thuram had a sensational season with Inter Milan. No doubt about that. But it's not been working. Now it's a time to introduce Olivier Giroud into the game. Let's see what he can do. We all know Giroud can score goals. So I don't know why France or Didier Deschamps is okay with struggling to score goals. Now, with Portugal, it ended 0-0. Now, the only problem I have with Portugal, they're a very, very good team. Look at the Portugal squad. Even you can produce the first 11, the second 11, and the third 11 from this Portugal team. And still yet, they could not, pull something out. I think, my own personal opinion, with all due respect to Cristiano Ronaldo, I think they're reliant on Cristiano Ronaldo. Cost them a lot this season. Let's think about it. Look at the stats of Ronaldo. Only 1 assist and probably a penalty, and he lost a penalty. If you take Cristiano Ronaldo out of this Portugal team, you wouldn't even know, you wouldn't even feel it, because his contribution is not that much. I would have, if I was a Roberto Martinez, Cristiano Ronaldo would be my squad, but it would be like a super sub for me. I can use the younger players like Gonzalo Ramos, the PSG striker. Rafael Leao was very, very amazing, was electric. It caused a lot of problem to Jules Koundé and also Upamecano. It caused a lot of problem in there. But they were too reliant on Ronaldo, so because of that, players like Diego Jota could not start. Players like Gonzalo Ramos could not start. So that's what I think caused some problem for Portugal. And Pepe. What I'm not one of. I would be glad to say I'm not one of Pepe's fans, because he's a good player, but because of the way he plays, so rough, it's so the dark hearts of football. You can go learn that from Pepe. That's why I don't really like his style of play. But when it comes to a leader, being that serious guy that wants to win, I'll give it to Pepe. Pepe was very, very sensational at 41 or 40. He's still playing at the top level. I give it to that guy. He's a Rolls Royce of the defender. So France and Portugal ended in a penalty shootout where France won 5-3 in the penalty shootout. That was how France was able to qualify. And France could have scored a lot of goals. There's one player that plays for France. I like him very much, but he's so wasteful. Moussa Dembele. That guy is an ambidextrous player. He uses both feet. Even he himself, I don't think he knows what his favorite foot is. He's that good with both foot. But he can dribble past 3-4 players. But when he gets to the front of the post, he's just wasteful. So this is a guy that when you bring him in, it gives you a different dimension. He wins the ball. He can bring in crosses into the box with him, and they don't have Olivier Giroud in there to convert all those chances. Maybe in the next game, maybe Didier Deschamps would probably change the style, the way France is playing. Then Camavinga coming in for Adrien Rabiot. I think Camavinga is a better player than Rabiot, because Rabiot when you look at France this season, this Euros, Rabiot has had opportunity to score. If anyone should be the highest goal scorer in France this season, it's probably going to be Rabiot. He has had a lot of chances to score goals. He'd rather pass the ball. But Camavinga, we see him shooting on sight. He's a player that wants to score. So I think Camavinga played a very, very decent game that against Portugal. So, but France, like I said, they would always find a way. They won on penalties. And now they're into the semi-finals. Also, England and Switzerland. Yeah, England, as usual, England also is a team in this tournament that England has not played to their best. I don't think they even have to. They've played in a sensational way. And with the potential they have, they've not even played halfway to the sensationally to the potential they have. But England also finds a way to win. We've seen what happened against Slovenia when they just 5 minutes of brilliance. Jude Bellingham and Harry Kane, they just changed the game. The same thing again against Switzerland. Switzerland scored first. Mbolo scored first, and all what England does so much, what they do so much was they just pass the ball around in their half. You know, they're not really dangerous going forward, and you know I don't know how they've been set up, but the game against Switzerland they set up as a back three because Magui was suspended, so they set up as a back three as Bukayo Saka playing as a left fullback and Kieran Trippier playing as a right fullback. And I must be sincere with you, Bukayo Saka did a very, very, very great job. This is one thing I like about Saka. He's also a mobile player. You can use him, and he could play as a left wing player or right wing forward, left wing back, right wing back, or as a number 10. Bukayo Saka has the potential to do that because of how good he can adapt to other position. So Embolo scored, and Bukayo Saka replied it back with a sensational caller, and that was how it ended 1-1. They played extra time. They could not score a goal, and there was some moment where when Shaqiri in the extra time, when Shaqiri almost coiled in a corner kick, that even Jordan Pickford had to applaud him, like, you were trying to get me, but you couldn't. You hit the crossbar. So also there were some changes for England. Cole Palmer came in, Luke Shaw came in. It's nice to see Luke Shaw after a long time being absent due to injury and other stuff. And now it was down to penalty shootouts again, and England found a way. They won. They also won 5-3. The only miss Switzerland had was Manuel Akanji. I don't want to say I saw that happening, or I knew Akanji was gonna miss the penalty. But the moment he stepped forward, his standing, his posture was not really that convincing. I knew he wasn't gonna hit that ball that hard. It was gonna just like a simple placement of the ball, and he would hope Jordan Pickford goes the other way. But luckily for England and luckily for Pickford, it went the same direction, and it won. England won the penalty the same way João Felix of Portugal took his penalty. João Felix has this kind of I don't care attitude sometimes. I don't like the vibe around him. It's my opinion. He's a good player, but the vibe around him is vibe. The vibe he gives you on the pitch is like, well, I'll just do what I want to do. Those vibe belongs to like players like Ronaldo and Messi, not João Felix. So England won penalties 5-3. Then also Netherlands and Turkey. Now Netherlands, they've been outstanding so far. They've been outstanding. Likes of Conor Gakpo, Nathan Ake, Xavi Simons, and they've been very Dumfries. They've been very, 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 very good. I wasn't expecting them to go this far, but at a point I could see the way they're playing, and I kind of feel like they have something to prove. The Netherlands, they have something to prove, and they've been playing well they beat Turkey 2 goals to 1, and a goal from Steven De Vrij, a nice header, and also uh, Turkey replied back. Then Turkey had another own goal from their own player. So that was how Netherlands won 2 goals to 1. And at the end of that game, it kind of looked like Turkey was going to equalize, but because there was a lot of tension, a lot of pressure, there was a lot of tackles flying everywhere, and even the referee had to book some players not outside the pitch because the tension was a lot. So that's how we got to the semi-final. So now let's talk about the semi-finals. It's going to be France-Spain. The semi-final, France-Spain. Now, I said earlier from the beginning of this podcast that Spain has been the favorite, the best team, in my opinion, in this tournament so far. Let me know your thoughts and opinion also in the comment section. Who do you think your best? Who do you see as the best team in this tournament? For me, I think it's Spain. And now Spain is playing France. I don't know. I would not say Spain is going to win, even though I know Spain has been the best team so far, in my opinion, because teams like France, teams like England, they don't play well, but they find a way. They find that way. I don't know how they do it, but they just find a way. So, in my head tells me Spain will win, but my heart says it's going to be France, because the way France plays, I don't know, they might change something playing against Spain. And when it comes to experience, the French player has more experience, more game changers, more individual players that can change games than Spain. So I would say, I don't know. I don't want to. It's kind of hard. But I don't know who's going to win. It's going to be 50-50. For me, I would not be surprised if France comes out as the winner. And I will also not be surprised if Spain knocks out France. I don't know, when they play the game will decide who's going to win. And in games like this, the best team does not always win. The team that wins are the team that knows how to win, that knows how to win games like this. And France is a team that knows how to win games like this. Also, Spain too can win, but enough of this. I don't know who's going to win. It's probably going to be 50-50. Let's see what's going to happen. And whoever wins will get my congratulations. Yeah, so the second game is going to be England and Netherlands. Now, as much as Netherlands has been kind of decent in this tournament, I would lean towards England, because, like I said, they will still find their way. That's the way they've been playing from the beginning of this tournament. It's always a near miss. They are almost out. The next minute, this minute they are almost out. The next minute they're back in the title race, or they're back in the tournament. So I can't really say Netherlands is gonna knock England out. It's possible, but I would lean towards England, because I think, because they've always been finding a way to win, that momentum is there. They know they're not playing well right now. They know they're not playing at their best, but they know they have that belief they can always, bring something. And if it's going to be a France-England in the final, it might probably be one of the boring finals ever that will be there, because both teams, these are the two teams from the beginning of the tournament. If you ask me, my opinion, and I would say 80 or 90% of football lovers, if you ask them, who do you think will win this tournament? The high percentage will be France and England. But look at how they're playing. They're not even playing to their, at their best. It's not. They're not even fun to watch. Especially France are not. England still has the possession. But they're not just. They just don't have that cutting edge. But France, they're so horrible to watch. They don't even score goals, and it's unlike France. When was the last time France played without scoring goals? When you have the likes of Kylian Mbappe, you have the likes of Antoine Griezmann, Moussa Dembele, Kolo Muani and all that. You're gonna score goals, but I don't know. I think Mbappe is being too careful. That's the way I see it. With the broken nose, I think he's trying to just take things easy. He's not really playing at to his full potential, and I don't know the reason he's doing that, but now they're winning and they might ride the wave into the finals. Like I said, I don't know who's going to win, France, Spain. It could be anybody's game. But England, Netherlands, I'm kind of leaning towards England. And if Netherlands knocks them out, well, that's why it's the Euros. So let me know your thoughts and opinion in the comment section. Who do you think? Who are the last two teams or last two nations you think will get to the final? This is going to be the end of this podcast. Thank you so much for your time. If you've not subscribed yet to this channel, please do like, share, and subscribe. Like I said, I really appreciate it. It's going to help this podcast. It's going to help this channel a lot. Thank you so much for your time. Bye.